I want to know you are. This is Coins Kid. Just going to dive into Chiliz right now. Before I begin, thank you for your continued support. We're at 50k subs now, which is amazing, brilliant, great stuff. Marching onwards and upwards. Thank you for your continued support. All the links are in the video description if you want to get involved in the Telegram, the Patreon, whatever you want to do. It's entirely up to you. But most importantly, please stay tuned. Okay, so right now, diving into Chiliz, you can see that we've got this kind of recovery pattern on the go. We've been anticipating it here, this W double bottom here for Chiliz, and hopefully now we can get through this level of resistance, because we do have that target that we have outlined in the previous videos right there for Chiliz moving forward, and that is this target right here. Okay, you could potentially see Chiliz pump out of this resistance zone up to that particular target there at 69 cents. Okay, but what you do need to see Chiliz do is get through this level of resistance at 0.57, backtest it at support, and you will see that march on. Okay, so fingers crossed, because if not, you could see us break down here, and we're always transparent. You could see us break down here because we are potentially on the verge of creating a bullish cross there on the EMAs on a 4-hourly time frame. Do you see that? And that being so quickly after a bearish cross on the 4-hourly EMA, I don't really see that a lot. And if you was to get that, that would show a massive amount of support. We're getting a little bit of volume coming, not as much as I'd like to see. Okay, you want to see this sort of volume. See this volume here that took you up to the highs there, that big body of volume that comes in and just supports you and takes you up. Okay, potentially it's still on the cards, but you can see that it's sort of hitting its head a bit here on resistance to the previous highs there, which is the resistance line of this W bottom that we've got going on. So worst case scenario is that we do get rejected here, okay, and we at least come back down to the EMA, which is the 55 EMA. You see this on the 4-hourly time frame. If you can come back down there and get a bounce off that, that's a little golden short opportunity there, because I would suspect that now is a level of support, and that's what you need to see when you get above these EMAs. Just like I've told you in numerous videos, okay, you're under the EMAs. If you can get through them and back to some support, it's golden for a recovery. Do you see this bottom here? You bottomed out and you start to march on, and you back test the EMAs as support. You fall through it there, but you got back through it. Okay, and if you can keep back testing it as support, what does it do? It pushes you up and you form higher lows. Okay, just like here, you've gone down, you formed a bottom, okay, and you start to get back up, and you're now back testing as support. You do need to see that continuation of backtest support, because if you don't and you fail to get through here, because this is what it's doing, because it's acting as a backtest of support right now, it's pushing you up to test this key level of resistance, and it's forcing you into some kind of move right there. Okay, and if you can get through there and backtest the support, you're off and you're away, and you will reach that target up there, and that would be a lovely long opportunity there of around 18 to 20% for Chiliz. So that's golden. But again, always be aware, if you was to hit this consistently, get rejected, then I would suspect that you would come back down. And if you lose the EMAs there, then you would start to come back down and at least test this support line, which is the high-low support line. Do you see that? If you can confirm to that, then you'll potentially start doing something like this, where you get caught in this kind of triangular pattern until you get close to the apex before you make your mind up whether you're going to go up or down. And obviously we want it to go up, because we're in a reversal pattern and we're bullish, we're in an uptrend. We don't want to keep breaking down, because then we'll lose this level of support. Okay, and then we'll start to come down and retest this lower low, which we don't want to see for Chiliz. There is a pattern that's relatively worrying at the moment. I will be honest with you, I'll always tell you what I see. Okay, and this is a larger correction on the grand scheme of things, and I'll show you exactly what it is, and it's something that needs to be taken seriously, to be honest with you, because if you was to lose this particular level of support, you could see a very large correction for Chiliz. So effectively, you need to stay above this line. Okay, and this line is this right now. You need to stay above 0.47 cents, because if you do fall below that, you're creating a whopping correction right here off a head and shoulders pattern. Okay, and a head and shoulders pattern is a reversal pattern. It's a bearish pattern. So there's your left shoulder, there's your head, and potentially you're forming the right shoulder, which you've come down and tested this key level already. Okay, you got the bounce off it. Do you see that? Because that's your right shoulder. You got rejected off the neckline, which is good, because if you lost that, you would have seen a big correction there for Chiliz of around 38%, which would have took you down to to the depths, you know, 38% would roughly sort of down that area at 28-30 cents. So you can't see that because that is a bit of a capitulation event right there for CHILIZ. But so far it's holding this support line. It's got rejected, okay, and it's invalidated this, not necessarily invalidated yet, because the only way this pattern is invalidated, okay, and do remember this, all patterns are at play until invalidated away. This potential head and shoulders pattern is in play, and unless you can make a higher high than this. If you make a higher high than that, then you're taking out this pattern, okay, you're invalidating this pattern. So you do need to see CHILIZ march on and break 0.77 cents, because then this pattern is still in play and you could just sort of roll over, lose this level of support right now. And again, you would, if you sort of time went on like this, you can see if time went on, you did something like that, your level of support is creeping up, just like I've outlined. You see this because you're adhering to this support line. So there's all sort of patterns in play there. So adhering to that support line, and obviously then you're invalidating this pattern as well. So this was a fantastic rejection here, okay, this was a fantastic rejection, the fact that we bounced off that level of support and marched on. But again, do be wary, if it was to break down and lose 0.47, then you would be looking at that extremely large correction there for CHILIZ. But so far so good. We're getting the recovery. We look like we're almost forming a bullish cross on the 4-hourly time frame there. Hopefully we can get the volume coming in now, push us through this level of resistance and take us up to that breakout target up there, which would see sort of marching on and then obviously taking out that high eventually for CHILIZ. So that's basically CHILIZ. What I'm going to start doing though is zooming in on the hourly time frame. I'll leave that level of resistance in, and obviously you need that level of support as well. I'll leave that in. But what I'm going to try and start doing now in these videos is zooming in on the hourly time frame and see if there's any potential trades that could come to fruition for you. So basically just here, just off the bat, you've got the WW bottom pattern just there. Do you see that? It's gone down, made a little bottom. So that was a nice little tradable event. I've just seen that on Cardano as well. So I'll just show you what that is, just so I can explain to you, because I could have given you that trade yesterday if I was zooming on the hour. So I'm going to try and zoom in on the hour. See that little W bottom, and it has a breakout target of roughly from there to the bottom where it formed a base, and you can see it went up. When it broke this, it absolutely rocketed up, and look where it went to. So it's a beautiful reversal pattern just there, just like we're anticipating here, this larger WW bottom reversal pattern. You know, it comes down, it makes resistance, it comes back down, finds a base, comes back up. When it breaks resistance, look what can happen. And that's basically what we've got going on there, that particular price target. If we can get to it, that's that 20% long position. If it breaks this level of resistance and back to support at 0.57, you're looking at that beautiful upside there for CHILIZ. So do keep an eye on it. Right now you can see it's hitting its head as resistance. Anyone can see that, but you have got a bullish cross on the hourly time frame there, okay? You see that bullish cross on the hourly time frame, so that's good. What you may see if it fails to get through that is sort of come back, okay, on itself, back test this yellow line, because you're now in a bullish uptrend on the hourly time frame, okay? Back test that as a level of support, forcing you up, because this is what I do. Like, this is what it does. As you keep back testing these levels, these EMAs, okay, as support and holding, it forces you up to take out these levels of resistance, and it is as simple as that. So do target that. If it does fall back and keeps forcing you up, you are going to look at breaking that and moving to the upside. Failing that, okay, if you do start to fall through the EMAs, then obviously do set that target down there for a little short opportunity. So far so good, looking golden. Fingers crossed for CHILIZ, but do keep an eye on that level of resistance. The longer it does hit it, the more you potentially fall back and retest this EMA on the hourly time frame there. Do take care, everyone. Bye bye, catch you tomorrow.